Have you ever stood in front of a mirror, looked deep into your own eyes, and asked yourself, can I really do it? Maybe it was learning English. Maybe it was chasing a dream everyone said was impossible. Maybe it was just believing that you are meant for more. Every dreamer faces that moment, the moment where doubt whispers louder than hope. The world around you seems to laugh. The people you trust say, be realistic, and your own heart trembles, unsure if it has enough strength to keep believing. But here's the truth. Belief is the invisible force that separates those who try once and give up, from those who rise again and again until they win. You see, every success story you've ever heard, every millionaire, every fluent English speaker, every person who built a life from nothing, they all had one thing in common. They believed before the world believed in them. They saw light before it existed. They held faith when everything seemed dark. When you believe in yourself, you begin to move differently. You speak differently. You start to walk with quiet confidence, even when you're scared. You stop waiting for someone to save you and start realizing you are the one you've been waiting for. This episode is for you, the dreamer, the learner, the believer who's tired of doubt, tired of fear, tired of waiting for permission to shine. Today, we're not just talking about belief, we're going to build it. Because one thought, one powerful, unshakable thought, can change your life forever. Welcome to Fuel for English Life, where your mind grows, your confidence rises, and your belief becomes unstoppable. Rule 1. Believe before you see. Before success ever touches your hands, it must first exist inside your mind. The greatest mistake people make is waiting to see results before they believe. But the truth is, life works the other way around. Belief comes first, and reality follows. Every dream, every invention, every achievement began as a thought that someone refused to let go of. Belief is not about pretending things are easy. It's about having the courage to keep going even when they aren't. It's standing in the middle of failure and saying, I'm not done yet. Imagine Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. When people asked him how it felt to fail so many times, he said, I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. That's not luck. That's belief. The kind of belief that burns so deeply inside that no amount of rejection can put it out. Now think about your own English learning journey, or whatever dream you're chasing. Maybe you've tried before. Maybe you've told yourself, I'm not good enough. But let me tell you something powerful. Your brain listens to what you repeat. If you say, I can't, your brain believes it. But if you whisper, I can, every single day, your brain will begin to find ways to make it real. That's how the human mind works. It follows the direction of your dominant belief. Believing before you see doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means creating a new one through persistence, imagination, and faith. When you close your eyes and see yourself speaking English confidently, traveling the world, inspiring others, your subconscious mind begins to shape that vision into your identity. You stop saying, I'm learning English, and you start saying, I'm becoming fluent. You stop saying someday, and you start saying, I'm on my way. It won't happen overnight. Some days will test you. Some mornings you'll wake up and doubt everything, but that's when belief matters most. When no one's clapping for you, when progress feels slow, when you want to quit, that's when champions are built. So, believe before you see. Believe when it's hard. Believe when it's silent. Believe when everyone else has stopped believing. Because one day, you'll look around and realize that everything you dreamed of, the success, the freedom, the fluent words flowing from your mouth, they were always waiting for you. You just had to believe first. Rule 2. Turn pain into power. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through pain. Pain is the silent teacher of strength, the invisible fuel behind success, and the test that separates those who quit from those who rise. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well, when your plans flow smoothly, when progress feels effortless. But the real question is, What do you do when life doesn't go your way? What do you do when you fail the test, lose your job, get rejected, or struggle to learn a single English sentence? That's where your power is hidden. See, pain is not your enemy. Pain is a signal, a sign that something inside you is growing, stretching, transforming. The discomfort you feel when you step outside your comfort zone isn't there to break you. It's there to build you. Think of your muscles when you exercise. The burn you feel, that's micro damage, tiny tears forming in your muscle fibers. It hurts. But after rest and recovery, those same muscles grow back stronger. Your mind works exactly the same way. When you feel frustrated, embarrassed, or lost, it's because your mind is being stretched to become stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. You are literally rewiring your brain for resilience. The pain you feel right now is not punishment, it's preparation. Let me tell you a story. When Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, was young, he applied for 30 different jobs and was rejected every single time. Even KFC, where 24 people applied, accepted 23, and he was the only one rejected. Most people would have stopped believing in themselves after so much humiliation. But Jack didn't. He turned his pain into fuel. He said, "Every rejection inspired me to improve myself." And today, that same man who faced so many rejections built one of the biggest companies in the world. You see, pain will visit all of us, but how long it stays, that's up to you. Some people let pain become their identity, replaying their failures in their mind over and over until it defines who they are. Others, the strong ones, take that same pain and use it. They say, "All right, life, you hurt me, but I'm going to use this as my reason, not my excuse." If you want to master English, build wealth, or become the best version of yourself, you need to stop running from pain. Every time you face a challenge, whisper to yourself, "This is making me stronger." Every mistake is a teacher. Every obstacle is a gym for your mind. Think about all the times you've said, "It's too hard." What if instead you said, "This is how I grow"? What if instead of fearing struggle, you started seeking it? Because you know that every ounce of pain now is an investment in your future self. Pain has a strange way of shaping destiny. The people who live comfortable lives rarely achieve extraordinary things. It's the ones who face storms, who've fallen and gotten back up again, who end up becoming unshakable. Remember this: diamonds are made under pressure. Gold is purified through fire. And you, yes, you, are being shaped by every challenge you face. So the next time life hurts, don't curse it. Don't run from it. Smile, breathe, and say, "This is my power training." Because someday, when you look back, you'll realize that the pain that once made you cry became the very reason you learned to fly. Rule 3, believe before you see. Everything great in this world begins in the invisible. Every bridge, every business, every book, every fluent English speaker, all of them started as a simple thought. That's why belief is the true birthplace of success. Before you ever achieve it, before the world ever recognizes you, before the results ever show up, you must believe it inside your heart first. Most people make the mistake of waiting until they see progress before they believe it's possible. They wait until their English becomes fluent to feel confident. They wait until money arrives before thinking they're successful. They wait until someone else tells them they're good enough before they allow themselves to dream big. But that's not how real change happens. Real change begins with faith, believing before seeing. Belief is a form of creation. When you say, "I can do this," even if you don't know how, your mind starts searching for ways to make it real. Your brain becomes a magnet for opportunities. You start noticing small details, finding patterns, and meeting people that align with your vision. But when you say, "I can't," your mind shuts the door before the journey even begins. Think of it like planting a seed. When a farmer puts a seed into the soil, he doesn't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. He just believes. He waters it. He gives it sunlight. He trusts the process. Because deep down, he knows something invisible is happening under the surface. The same thing happens in your journey. When you practice English every day, when you work on your mindset, when you stay consistent, even if you don't see results right away, something is growing beneath the surface. Let's look at a real story. When Thomas Edison was trying to invent the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times. But every time someone asked him about his failures, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways that won't work." That's the power of belief. Even when the world saw a man wasting his time, he saw light before light existed. That's what you must do for yourself. See your success before it happens. Picture yourself speaking English confidently, your words flowing effortlessly, your ideas clear and powerful. See yourself living your dream life, not as a fantasy, but as something real, something that's already on its way to you. Because if your mind can see it, your life can create it. But here's the truth. Belief isn't always easy. Sometimes your mind will whisper, "What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if I'm wasting my time?" That's your inner critic, the voice of fear. You can't silence it completely, but you can talk back. You can say, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I choose to believe anyway." Every great person who changed the world faced that same doubt. The difference is, they didn't let it win. Nelson Mandela believed in freedom while he was still in prison. Oprah Winfrey believed in her voice when nobody else did. Elon Musk believed in rockets when everyone laughed at him. And you must believe in your dream before the world believes in you. Fuel for English Life isn't just a name. It's a mindset. It's about fueling your faith when your confidence runs low. It's about waking up each day and saying, "I might not be there yet, but I will be." Because your belief is your engine. It's what keeps you moving when motivation fades. So, start today. Believe that you are becoming fluent. Believe that your words have power. Believe that your dreams are real. Don't wait for evidence. Create it. Because the moment you truly believe, everything inside you starts to align with that belief. Your energy, your actions, your focus, your destiny. Remember this, the world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe you deserve. So believe bigger, believe earlier, believe harder, because the day you truly believe in yourself, the universe starts to believe in you too. Rule 4. Embrace the struggle. Growth hides in the pain. Every dream worth chasing will test you. Every goal worth having will stretch you. The truth is, if your journey feels too easy, you're probably not growing. Growth is never comfortable. It's messy. It's frustrating. It's full of moments that make you question everything, including yourself. But if you can embrace that struggle instead of running from it, you'll discover one of the greatest truths of life. Your pain is your power in disguise. Let's be honest. The road to fluency, success, or personal transformation is not smooth. You'll have days when words won't come out right. You'll have days when you study hard but still feel stuck. You'll have moments when you compare yourself to others and wonder, why not me? But these moments are not signs that you're failing. They're signs that you're in the process. The struggle means you're moving forward. It means your brain, your heart, and your habits are being reprogrammed for the next level of your life. Think about it. When you go to the gym and lift weights, your muscles don't grow while you're lifting. They grow when they recover from the tiny tears caused by resistance. That's exactly how your mind works. Every time you struggle through a tough English conversation, every time you face rejection, every time you feel the sting of self-doubt, you're actually creating mental strength. You're building emotional muscle. You're becoming someone who doesn't break easily. Most people want results without resistance. They want growth without grind. But that's not how greatness works. Diamonds are made under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And strong minds are built through pain. You can't expect to shine if you're not willing to go through the heat. Let's take an example. Imagine two people learning English. One gives up every time they don't understand something. The other says, "It's okay, I'll try again tomorrow." Who will win in the end? The second one, not because they're smarter, but because they're stronger. Consistency and courage always beat talent and luck. Pain is a teacher, one that most people avoid. But if you face it, if you sit with it, if you ask, "What is this teaching me?" you'll find the wisdom hidden inside. Struggle teaches you discipline. Rejection teaches you resilience. Failure teaches you focus. Every hardship is shaping you for something greater. There's a story about a butterfly struggling to break free from its cocoon. A man, seeing the butterfly struggle, decides to help by cutting the cocoon open. The butterfly comes out easily, but its wings are weak. It can't fly. Why? Because the struggle to escape the cocoon is what strengthens the butterfly's wings. Without the fight, it's never ready to fly. That's exactly what happens when you try to escape your own struggles too quickly. The challenges in your path aren't there to stop you. They're there to prepare you. Every delay, every obstacle, every disappointment, they're developing something inside you that comfort never could. Here's the truth. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you earn through effort. It gives you what you become through pain. If you can learn to see struggle as a blessing instead of a burden, you'll start to grow faster than you ever imagined. Because every time you face resistance and keep going, you're telling life, "I'm ready for more." So next time you feel tired, lost, or unmotivated, remind yourself, this moment is not the end. It's the test. It's life asking, "Do you really want this?" And your answer can't just be words, it must be action. Get up. Keep going. Even if you move slowly, keep moving. Because movement through struggle creates unstoppable momentum. Your comfort zone will whisper, "Stay safe." But your purpose will whisper louder, "Grow." Every great success story was written by someone who refused to quit when things got hard. When J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers, she didn't give up. When Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, he didn't quit. When Elon Musk was weeks away from bankruptcy, he still kept going. They all embraced the struggle because they knew the pain of growth is temporary, but the pride of success lasts forever. And that's what you must remember. Discomfort is temporary. Regret is permanent. If you quit now, you'll always wonder what could have been. But if you push through, you'll look back and say, "That was the moment I changed my life." So embrace the struggle. Don't run from it. Use it. Let it shape you. Let it teach you. Because one day, the things that once felt impossible will become easy. And you'll realize it wasn't the success that made you strong. It was the struggle that made you unstoppable. This is fuel for English life. We don't run from the hard things. We grow through them. We don't wait for life to get easier. We get stronger. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep burning. Because every time you face your struggle with courage, you're proving one powerful truth. You were born to rise higher than your pain. Rule 5. Build unshakable self-belief. Become your own source of strength. If you want to build mental strength, if you want to live the life that others only dream about, there's one rule that separates the weak from the unstoppable. You must believe in yourself when no one else does, because at some point, you will stand alone. Your dreams will look too big, your progress too slow, your vision too crazy, and people will doubt you. But that's when you must choose. Will you let their voices define you, or will you build an unshakable belief that no storm can destroy? Let's get something straight. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's not pretending you're perfect. It's the quiet, unbreakable confidence that says, "I can handle whatever comes my way." It's knowing that even if you fall, you'll rise again. It's trusting that you are capable of more than you can see right now. Most people think confidence comes after success, but it's the other way around. Success begins when you decide to believe before you see the results. Think about every great achiever you know. Before the world believed in them, they believed in themselves. Before anyone saw their talent, they kept going in silence. Steve Jobs believed in Apple when it was just an idea in a garage. Oprah believed in her voice when the world told her she wasn't good enough. Thomas Edison believed in his vision even after 10,000 failed experiments. They all had something powerful in common, an inner faith that said, "It's not over until I win." Now let's talk about you. Because right now, you might be in a place where believing in yourself feels hard. Maybe you've failed before. Maybe people laughed at your dream. Maybe life has thrown so many punches that you're scared to hope again. But here's the truth. Every single champion you admire once stood in your exact shoes. They just made one decision that changed everything. They stopped waiting for approval, and they gave it to themselves. The world will test your confidence every day. You'll face rejection, doubt, criticism, and fear. But mental strength doesn't mean never feeling scared. It means acting with courage even when you are. It means saying, "Yes, I'm nervous. Yes, I've failed before, but I still believe I can do this." That's how warriors think. That's how leaders rise. Belief is a habit, not a moment. You build it every single day. Through small wins, through discipline, through keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll do this," and you actually do it, you send a message to your brain. I can trust myself. That trust is the foundation of true confidence. Let's say you're learning English. You might feel like your accent is not perfect, your grammar is messy, or your words don't come fast enough. But guess what? Every fluent speaker once felt the same way. The only difference is they didn't let those doubts control them. They kept speaking. They kept learning. They believed that even mistakes were progress. That's what unshakable belief looks like. Showing up, even when you're unsure. Here's something powerful. Your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. If you keep saying, "I'm not good enough," your brain will look for proof. But if you start saying, "I'm improving every day," your brain will find evidence for that too. That's why affirmations, gratitude, and self-talk are not just motivational quotes. They're reprogramming tools. They're how you train your mind to work for you instead of against you. You see, most people let fear and doubt live rent-free in their minds. They replay every mistake, every failure, every rejection, until their confidence disappears. But mentally strong people do the opposite. They use those moments as fuel. They say, "Okay, that didn't work, but I learned something. I'm better now." They don't shrink from failure. They grow from it. Building self-belief is not about pretending to be fearless. It's about being brave enough to act even with fear in your heart. It's waking up every morning and choosing to believe, even when the world gives you no reason to. It's saying to yourself, "I am the creator of my future. I'm not waiting for permission. I'm not waiting for luck. I'm building myself, one decision at a time." And here's a secret. People who truly believe in themselves don't need to shout about it. Their actions speak louder than words. They keep working in silence, and one day, the same people who doubted them will ask, "How did you do it?" Remember this, your dream doesn't need millions of supporters. It only needs one person to believe, you. The world becomes silent when you are certain of your direction. Because confidence, real confidence, doesn't come from applause. It comes from the fire that burns inside you, the one that says, "I'm not done yet." So, start building that belief today. Start with small promises. Start by doing one hard thing every day that reminds you how strong you are. Every time you push through fear, your belief grows stronger. Every time you choose discipline over doubt, your inner power multiplies. One day, you'll look back and realize you've become the kind of person who can handle anything. You don't wait for the world to believe in you. You make the world see your belief through action. Because the truth is, the most powerful person in the room is not the loudest. It's the one who believes the deepest, quietly, consistently, unshakably. Keep the fire alive and keep believing, because the moment you stop doubting yourself, the world starts to believe in you too. Rule 6. Learn to turn pain into power, the warrior's mindset of growth. Every person who has ever built real mental strength has walked through pain, not once, not twice, but again and again. The difference between the ones who rise and the ones who break is not that the strong never suffer. It's that they learn to turn pain into power. Pain will come to you in many forms: failure, heartbreak, rejection, loss, betrayal, fatigue, disappointment. Life will test you. People will doubt you. You'll give everything you have, and sometimes it still won't be enough. But here's the truth that most people never understand. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is the raw material of strength. Think of fire. It destroys what is weak, but it also purifies gold. That's what pain does to your soul. It burns away your excuses, your fears, your fake limits, until only the strongest, truest version of you remains. When life gets tough, most people ask, "Why me?" But warriors, the mentally strong, ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Because behind every hardship, there's a lesson waiting for those who look deeper. When you start to see pain as a form of training, everything changes. Suddenly, what once broke you begins to build you. Let me tell you something powerful. No great person you admire became great without suffering. Every success story is also a pain story. Every winner you see today has cried, failed, and fallen more times than you can imagine. They just learned how to turn every setback into a setup for a comeback. Look at nature. The tallest trees in the forest have roots that grow deep because they've faced the strongest winds. The diamond is created under immense pressure. The butterfly only becomes beautiful after fighting its way out of the cocoon. That's not a coincidence. That's a universal truth. Strength is born in struggle. Now let's talk about you. Maybe you've been through something that almost broke you. Maybe you've lost people you loved. Maybe your dream failed, and you don't know if you can start again. I want you to remember this. The fact that you're still here means you are already stronger than the pain that tried to destroy you. The fact that you're reading this means your story is not over. Here's the secret. Pain can do two things. It can imprison you, or it can free you. It can make you bitter, or it can make you unstoppable. The choice is always yours. You can use your pain as a reason to quit, or you can use it as the energy that fuels your next move. Every time you feel pain, you're standing at a crossroads. One path leads to weakness, the other to wisdom. One leads to resentment, the other to resilience. And here's what mentally strong people do. They walk straight into the pain, not to suffer, but to transform. They ask questions like, what can I learn from this failure? How can this rejection make me sharper? What is this pain preparing me for? Because sometimes, life delays your dream not to punish you, but to prepare you for it. Sometimes, the doors that close are the ones protecting you from something that wasn't meant for you. Think about all the times you thought something was the end, and later realized it was just the beginning of something better. That's what happens when you train your mind to see pain differently. Mental strength means you no longer run from discomfort. You lean into it. You say, yes, this hurts, but I'm growing. You say, yes, this is hard, but it's shaping me. You realize that every scar tells a story of survival, of courage, of becoming who you were meant to be. When you look at pain through the right lens, it becomes the most valuable experience of your life, because it's only when you suffer that you discover your real character. You can't learn endurance from comfort. You can't develop patience when everything goes your way. You can't master faith when life is easy. Growth demands challenge. Here's something powerful to remember. Your pain is not a punishment, it's preparation. It's preparing you to handle the blessings you prayed for. It's teaching you emotional intelligence, discipline, empathy, and gratitude. It's giving you the depth that comfort could never provide. Think about a sword. Before it can shine, it must go through the fire, be hammered, shaped, and tested. That's you. The fire you're walking through right now is forging you into someone stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. And yes, you will cry. You will feel lost. You will doubt yourself. But that doesn't mean you're weak. That means you're human. What makes you strong is that you don't stop. You feel it, you face it, and you keep moving forward. Every step you take through pain becomes a step toward your higher self. Let's connect this to learning English, because it's the same principle. When you struggle to express yourself, when you make mistakes, when people laugh or you feel embarrassed, that's pain. But if you keep going, that pain becomes growth. Every mistake becomes a muscle built. Every challenge becomes confidence earned. And one day, you'll realize that what once hurt now feels natural, because you turned your frustration into power. Pain is like the gym for your mind. Every challenge you lift makes your inner muscles stronger. The more you face, the tougher you become. That's how you build true mental strength, not by avoiding pain, but by using it. So the next time life hits you, don't just ask, why is this happening? Ask, how can I use this? Because pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your evolution. You are not a victim of your pain. You are the sculptor, shaping something extraordinary out of it. You are not meant to escape the fire. You're meant to walk through it and come out glowing. We don't run from pain. We use it as the spark that fuels our growth. Because pain doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. Remember, every scar you carry is proof that you didn't give up. You survived what was meant to break you. And that means you are already unstoppable. Rule 7. Build the unbreakable mind. Become the master of your thoughts. This is the final rule, and maybe the most powerful one, because no matter how many motivational books you read, how many videos you watch, or how many promises you make to yourself, nothing will change until you master your mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon, or your greatest weakness. It can build your dream life, or it can destroy every opportunity you have. And here's the truth most people ignore. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who decides which thoughts to believe, which to ignore, and which to turn into action. The human mind produces over 60,000 thoughts a day. Some are empowering, others are destructive. Some tell you you can, and others whisper you can't. But the difference between the strong and the weak, the achiever and the quitter, is not talent, it's control. Control over the storm inside their head. Let's talk about that storm. You know those days when your mind says, you're not good enough, you'll never make it. What's the point of trying again? Those voices are not the truth. They are echoes of fear, doubt, and pain. They come from your past, from people who didn't believe in you, from your own mistakes that left scars. But listen carefully. You don't have to let them win. You can reprogram your inner world. You can choose a different voice. You can build a mind that doesn't crumble when life gets hard, but instead becomes sharper, stronger, and unshakable. How? By training it every single day, just like a muscle. Every time you replace I can't with I'll try, your mind gets stronger. Every time you face fear and still move forward, your courage grows. Every time you fall and rise again, your resilience multiplies. It's not about being fearless. It's about feeling fear and refusing to be controlled by it. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who failed more times than anyone around him. He started businesses that collapsed. He was rejected from schools, from jobs, from people he loved. But instead of letting his failures define him, he decided to train his mind like a warrior. He told himself, I will not let my failures become my identity. I will not let my pain control my potential. He read, he learned, he reflected, and he kept moving forward. Years later, that same man became one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs, Jack Ma. When people asked him how he kept going, he said something simple, yet profound. Today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. That's the mindset of someone who built an unbreakable mind. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't wait for perfect timing. He trained his brain to see failure not as the end, but as the path. And that's what I want for you, because your thoughts create your emotions shape your actions, and your actions design your future. If your mind is negative, your world will feel dark. But when your mind is disciplined, when it's focused, strong, and trained, you can handle anything. When people say mental strength, they don't mean you'll never feel pain. They mean you'll know how to handle it. You'll know how to breathe through it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. The unbreakable mind doesn't panic when things fall apart. It adapts. It finds a way. It says, okay, this didn't work, but I will try again, smarter, stronger, and more focused. And that's why Fuel for English Life exists, to remind you that your greatest power is not in the words you speak or the skills you have, but in the state of mind you build. Because once you control your inner world, your outer world starts to change automatically. Let me make this clear. Nobody is born mentally strong. You build it. Every morning you wake up and choose to focus. Every time you push through fatigue. Every time you speak kindly to yourself instead of cruelly. You're building the armor of an unbreakable mind. Think about this. The same boiling water that softens a potato hardens an egg. It's not the environment that decides who you become. It's what you're made of inside. So, no matter what's happening around you, the stress, the noise, the chaos, build calmness within. Learn to stand still inside the storm, because mental strength is not about never feeling weak. It's about knowing that even in your weakest moment, you still have the power to rise. When your mind tells you, I can't, answer back, watch me. When fear says stop, whisper to yourself, keep going. When doubt says you're not enough, say, I'm growing and that's enough. Because real success doesn't start when everything's perfect. It starts the moment you refuse to be ruled by your mind's negativity. And let's be honest, this is not just about English or money or success. This is about life. It's about becoming so strong within that nothing outside can break you. If you can master your mind, you can master your world. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, watch your thoughts. Catch the negative ones and replace them with something stronger. Instead of, I can't speak English, say, I'm learning and improving. Instead of, I always fail, say, I'm growing through experience. Instead of, nobody believes in me, say, I believe in myself. And that's enough. Do this long enough, and you'll start to feel something shift. A quiet confidence, a calm strength. That's your power waking up. That's the real you, the warrior within. And my friend, before you go, remember this. The battle for your success is not out there. It's in here, inside your mind. Your thoughts can be your prison or your passport. Your discipline can be your weapon or your weakness. Your mindset decides which one it will be. So train your mind. Feed it with strength. Fill it with gratitude. Guard it with discipline. And no matter how dark life gets, keep your light alive. If today's message ignited something inside you, don't let it fade. Hit subscribe to Fuel for English Life, where every story, every word, every rule is designed to feed your mind, strengthen your spirit, and transform your English and your life. Because remember, this channel isn't just about speaking better English. It's about becoming better, one powerful thought at a time.